Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to DFS Coach Talk. I am your host, Josh Davis, also known as Crash. Today is Thursday, September 25th, 2025, and we are here to talk to you about Week 4 in the NFL. Doug, I was just thinking about this. We're already a quarter of the way into the season. We're going into the second quarter, and before you know it, it'll be the halfway point, and then the season will be over. So it seems like it takes forever to get here, but then it goes by so fast. So
It is crazy.
It
It
really,
is.
it really is. If you're new to DFS Coach Talk, we would love to have you join us on YouTube on our channel at DFS Coach Talk. You can hit the like button on this video, please, and then hit subscribe. After you've done those two things, if you would hit the alarm bell, that will let you know when our newest podcast has gone live. If you're new to DFS Coach Talk in general, we do have a Discord, and we would love to have you be a part of it. Our membership start as low as $4.99 a week. So if you would hit me up on X at DFS Coach Talk, or you can email dfscoachtalk@gmail.com, and we will be glad to get you in our Discord. If this is your first time viewing our podcast, or you're not currently a member, we will be giving away a free week's membership during the podcast. So please, in the chat, let me know if it is your first time or you're not currently a member. We will get you in our Discord, and hopefully we'll have you as our member going forward, because we have a great community and we'd love to have you be a part of it. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and jump right into the game-by-game overview, starting with the game tonight, the Seattle Seahawks in Arizona. Arizona is a 1.5-point home underdog. The line is Seattle minus 130. The over-under is 43.5. They're indoors, so there's no weather concerns. Bright and early Sunday, Doug, are you getting up for that one? 8:30?
I'll be getting up early enough for the game, yes.
Yes, so Minnesota and Pittsburgh in Ireland, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is very correct.
First time in the NFL to be in Ireland, I believe. And Vikings are a 2.5-point favorite, minus 145 on the money line, with the over under of 40.5. 59 degrees with the wind blowing to the northwest at 8 miles an hour. We have the Washington Commanders in Atlanta. The Commanders are a 1-point favorite on the road, minus 115 on the money line, with an over under of 45. There are a lot of injury situations on that game, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. We've got Jaden Daniels is questionable, Terry McLaurin is questionable, and Noah Brown is also questionable for Washington, and Kyle Pitts is questionable for Atlanta. So, there'll be a lot of news between now and Sunday that we'll have to keep up with on that game for sure.
Yep.
The New Orleans Saints are in Buffalo. Buffalo is a 15.5-point favorite, heaviest favorite of the year, I believe, so far. Minus 1440 on the money line.
Josh,
a 48.
Is that over or under up to date?
I don't know. I just hit refresh, so I think so.
Good. Okay.
Yeah. Are you liking the under on that?
No, it was actually higher than that.
Oh, really?
I mean, the over.
If Buffalo,
I never want the over on a high-scoring game in the NFL.
Yeah.
This is the one I do, but but for fantasy purposes, I hope it is lower.
I just don't know if New Orleans can score. I mean, I think it could be like 35-10, and if that's the case, it's not going to cover. So, well, we'll see. 74 degrees, wind blowing to the west at 4 miles an hour. Cleveland is in Detroit, taking on the Lions. The Lions are a 10-point favorite at home, minus 550 on the money line, with an over-under of 44.5. Cedric Tillman and David Njoku are questionable. Detroit doesn't look like they have any major injury concerns, at least at the skill positions. So that is the latest there. The Titans are in Houston. Houston is a 7-point favorite at home, minus 360 on the money line, with an over-under of 38.5. Cam Ward is questionable for the Titans, and Nico Collins is questionable for Houston. The Patriots are hosting the Panthers. The Patriots are a 5-point favorite at home, minus 245 on the money line, with an over-under of 43. 71 degrees with the wind blowing to the southwest at 4 miles an hour. Slight chance of rain at 28%. The Los Angeles Chargers are in New York taking on the Giants for the debut of Jackson Dart. I know the Giants are excited about that, but I think it's going to be a long day. The Chargers have a very good defense. They're playing very well. They're 3-0, and they've really been looking like one of the best teams in the league so far. So they're 6-point favorite at home, minus 305 on the money line with the over-under of 43.5. 46% chance of rain, 73 degrees, wind blowing to the east-northeast at 5 miles an hour. They have the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Eagles are a 3.5-point favorite on the road, minus 135 on the minus 195 on the money line. 43.5 over under, 86 degrees, wind blowing to the west southwest at 5 miles an hour. Baker Mayfield is questionable. Mike Evans is doubtful. He's not going to play. He's supposed to be
out for 2 weeks.
3 to 4 weeks. Yeah, 2 to 4 weeks. Chris
2
Godwin.
Weeks he's out. Yep.
I don't know if Chris Godwin's going to play or not. If he does, he'll probably be limited. So I wouldn't play him
at best
this week. Yeah, at best, exactly. It's been, man, has it been 2 years? It feels like it's been 2 years since he's been on the field. It's been forever.
That long? No.
It probably hasn't. It just feels like it because I think he went down earlier in the year last year. So
yeah.
But anyway, so we moved to the 405 slate. The Indianapolis Colts, the 3-0 Indianapolis Colts, very surprising team against the Rams. Rams are 3.5-point favorite at home, minus 190 on the money line, with an over/under of 49.5, the highest on the weekend. And we'll get into this game here a little bit, but I think the Rams are going to expose the Colts a little bit, but we'll see what happens. Jaguars are in San Francisco. San Francisco is a 3-point favorite at home. They're also 3-0, minus 180 on the money line with an over/under of 47. 71 degrees, wind blowing to the south-southwest at 7 miles an hour. De'Ami Brown is questionable for Jacksonville. San Francisco has a whole slew of injuries. Brock Purdy is questionable. Jawan Jennings is questionable. And our guy, Ricky Pearsall, who had a nice game last week, is questionable as well. The Ravens are in Kansas City at Arrowhead. Ravens are a 2.5-point favorite on the road, minus 145 on the money line with an over/under of 48.5. 83 degrees with the wind blowing to the south at 5 miles an hour. The Chicago Bears are taking on the Las Vegas Raiders at Las Vegas. Vegas is a 1-point favorite at home, minus 115 on the money line with an over/under of 47.5. And DeAndre Swift is questionable for Chicago. We go to the Sunday night game, the Packers in Dallas, the return of Micah Parsons. Packers are a 6.5-point favorite on the road, minus 345 on the money line with an over/under of 47.5. Josh Jacobs is questionable as well as Tucker Kraft. They both should play. CeeDee Lamb is doubtful. He won't play. He's supposed to miss 3 to 4 weeks. Then we go to the crappy Monday night doubleheader. The Jets are in Miami, 7:15 p.m. Eastern. Miami is a 3-point favorite at home, minus 150 on the money line with an over/under of 45. 43% chance of rain, 84 degrees, 9 miles an hour, wind blowing to the northwest. Then we have the Bengals, which probably would have been a good matchup. I can't blame ESPN for putting this on the Monday night slate, but now it just looks terrible, especially with the way the Bengals looked last week against your Vikings. So shout out to your Vikings for stepping up. But Denver hosting the Bengals, 7.5-point favorite at home, minus 390 on the money line with an over/under of 44. 11% chance of rain, 72 degrees, wind blowing to the south at 5 miles an hour. Noah Fant is questionable for the Bengals, and Evan Ingram is questionable for the Broncos. So before we move into our plays, position by position, anything else you want to add for the overview?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Joe Burrow will also be out in that game of Denver.
Yeah, Joe Burrow, yeah. He's going to be
– someone to sleep out there.
Yeah, that's going to be terrible, a doubleheader, man. I can't even get excited about that one at all. So
I know, no, you can't.
I'm going to have to hope like I have somebody that's in play for my fantasy league that I need to have a big game or something just to keep me entertained because that's just terrible. So, but I think the baseball playoffs will be starting by then, hopefully. So maybe that. Anyway, moving on to our position by position plays. Quarterback, I like a couple of quarterbacks on this slate. In the middle tier, Justin Herbert, 6,300 on DraftKings, 7,900 on Fanduel. Caleb Williams, 5,800 on DraftKings, 7,500 on Fanduel. The Raiders have allowed the 12th most fantasy points to quarterbacks this year. But the thing here is I just think this game is going to be a shootout. I think it's going to go back and forth. Vegas tends to agree. They have the third highest over-under this weekend at 47.5 for this game. So I do like Caleb Williams. I do like Geno Smith on the other side. The Bears have allowed the third most fantasy points to quarterbacks this year. And so in a back and forth matchup, I like both sides. And Geno Smith is definitely the option if you want to play in tournaments. And who do you like this week at quarterback, Doug?
Well, I was going to mention Geno Smith. He's not a big seeker, I don't think, like we think he is.
No, but I still think he'll be lower owned than Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams just has this thing that everybody seems to like him. So,
well, I won't go that far, but I would disagree. I go on the other end. But as far as fantasy, yeah, because he's producing.
Yeah, he is.
He's produced 3 weeks in a row. How would you not like the man?
Right.
On that end, but yeah, I mean, Geno Smith will be lower owned than Williams. I think he'll be somewhere between 13 and 16% owned.
Okay.
I mean, that's for a quarterback. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. What do you think? Do you think Caleb Williams will be like 20 to 25, maybe?
Yeah, right around 20, 22.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I have him right. I have him right now 22.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I know you have those projection stats. I don't have those on me, but yeah.
I can throw them to you.
Yeah.
I could. Herbert is the other quarterback I want to mention. I think he could be in for a good game.
Okay. Yeah. I like
this game script. And we never did talk about the Rams game. I don't get the over.
Okay.
Under on that game. Can you explain why it's so high?
I guess people believe in Daniel Jones. I mean, that's really the only thing I can come up with because the Rams, they have a really good defense. I mean, Jonathan Taylor has been having a really good season, but both defenses are pretty good. Yeah, I like the under on that game too.
Okay, so it's not just me then?
No, it's not just you. It's not just you.
And I'm an owner of Jonathan Taylor in the Dynasty Leagues. It's been horrible. But anyways, I also am an owner of Joe Burrow, so it's been kind of one of those worlds.
Right. Yeah, that's the highest on the slate. You're right. That is high. That is a little high. I don't quite see that.
I don't get that. I mean, the Rams have been on defense. Have I been watching different games?
Right. No, I think they'll get after Daniel Jones. You know, I mean.
Yeah. Well, I think that Stefanski's been. Stefanski. No, I'm thinking. Never mind. I guess
what's his name? What's his name? The coach of the Colts, right?
See, both are like have had a lot of Viking connections.
Yeah.
And the offensive coaching. And I get him confused a little bit. I'm sorry about everybody.
It's Shane Steichen. That's who you're thinking
of. Steichen, yeah. Thank you. And him and KLC go back a ways. Anyways, right. I think that he's a lot better coach. People are giving him credit for. I think that he will do well this year. Yeah. One thing I did think about Josh, and that is how beat up are the Rams after losing to Philly.
True. I mean, that's true, especially after they had a 19-point lead and they blew it.
Yeah.
On the road, you know.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing, because we're not spending time on too many of these players today, because a lot of these are pretty easy, I think. But
yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. And then you're just you need to get a couple spots. You're fine for the week.
Yeah.
Basic core will be fine. Real quick, did you see what Tampa Bay signed at defensive tackle to go up against Philly?
No.
It's this enormous person.
Oh, yeah. There's like 400-something pound dude that they signed to the practice squad.
He slimmed down to 390, Josh.
He slimmed down to 390. Nice.
No, Vita Veda, and now if he's in game shape, him and Veda against a tush push.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody mention that yet?
That's going to be interesting. Yeah, no, I haven't heard that take yet, but that's going to be interesting for sure.
That is if he's ready now or in the playoffs, think about it. They're not going to be able to tush push with that.
Yeah, there's two teams.
If he gets low to the ground.
There's two teams that Tampa plays really well, and it's Philadelphia and Detroit. And I think they're gonna give Philly a run for their money. Now they are banged up for sure. So if Baker Mayfield is out, you can forget that. But if Baker Mayfield plays, they've got enough in Egbuka and Bucky Irving and their offense. You know, the Eagles' defense hasn't been as good as it was last year. So I think Tampa can definitely pull off that upset.
Well, they lost Rodgers at cornerback.
Yeah.
And they lost Williams up the middle to the New England at defensive tackle.
Milton Williams. Yeah. Didn't Milton go to the Vikings too?
No, he's in New England.
Oh, he's in New England. Okay. Yeah.
Every team wanted him.
Right.
Yeah. Eagle just couldn't afford them. That's all. Yeah. And they lost to their starter and defensive.
They lost Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, which he's a head case and he's messed up in Houston already. But
did they release him? They released him, right?
Yeah, they released him. Yeah. And then they lost somebody else too. Who did the Eagles lose? Well, they lost oh shoot, what's his name? Darius Slay. They lost him for sure because he's retired, right? Or did he stay somewhere? Did he move somewhere else?
Retired. Did he go to Detroit again?
Yeah, I think he's retired. And then
I hope so. Good for him. That's the case.
Yeah, I think he's retired. But yeah, the Eagles' defense hasn't been quite as strong as it was, and I think Tampa can definitely give them a run for their money. But
and Tampa stops to run better than any other team in the NFL. If they want to stop the run, they'll stop the run.
Yeah. Technically, Cleveland is the leader right now against the run, but yeah, you're right. Tampa's really strong against the run. All right, let's move on with that. A good segue to running backs. James Cook is my top back. The Saints have allowed the 7th most fantasy points to running backs this year. I think Buffalo will dominate that game. So the game script is heavily in James Cook's favor. And I believe he is either the 2nd or 3rd highest scoring running back in fantasy this year. So he's already off to a really good start. And don't see any reason for that not to continue against the Saints. Or Marion. Is it O'Marion or Omarion Hampton? Do you know? Omarion Hampton. 5,900 on DraftKings, 7,000 on Fanduel. Najee Harris unfortunately tore his Achilles, so Hampton's going to be the clear option for the Chargers now. Should be a blowout in their favor, I think. He had 19 carries for 70 yards and a touchdown last week against Denver, who's a very solid defense. The Giants are not. They've allowed the 4th most fantasy points to running backs this year. So I like Hampton a lot. I also like the combination, which it's not going to be like Gibbs and Montgomery, but it's the same matchup. Baltimore's allowed the most fantasy points to running backs this year. And, Mahomes is off to kind of a slow start. The receivers have been banged up and stuff. And I know Andy Reid wants to get the running game going even more. So I like Pacheco and Hunt. You kind of have to pick and choose which one you're going to play. But I think one of them is going to have a pretty solid game on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm not gonna dab on that area. You can.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of other players I'd rather just dabble with.
Yeah, and I think it's more of a GPP play. It is for sure. But yeah, I could see a fantasy league or a fantasy contest where Hunt gets 3 touchdowns. Because they can't get in the end zone, so they just hand it off to him. Just like you said with Montgomery and Gibbs. I mean, those guys were running all over Baltimore. So, now there's going to be if Matabuke is going to play. Do you know if he's going to be
playing? They expect him to play. He's questionable yet, though.
He's questionable? Okay.
But they expect him to play.
Yeah, because he makes a big difference in the middle. So if he plays, then that's going to be a little bit of a different story. But I still like the Chiefs combination of Pacheco and Hunt.
Yeah. I'm a proud dynasty owner of them, so they make me nervous.
Yeah, I have Pacheco in one of my leagues, and he's definitely off to a rough start. But
okay. Let me do mine real quick.
Yeah, your running backs. Yeah.
You named Cook, McCaffrey, kind of mentioned him a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
And then you did Amari and Hampton. They're fourth worst against the Chargers, or against going up against the Charger defense. I think Hampton's going to run really well against that fourth worst defense. It's running backs. I like Pollard this week. He's still getting 90% of the touches for Tennessee.
Okay.
I think they'll be a more competitive game this week, which will help that out. Skidaboo will be highly owned.
Yeah, and I think that's a trap. I think the Chargers defense is going to give him trouble because they've got Jackson Dart, the rookie quarterback, and I think they're going to focus on shutting down Skidaboo and force Dart to beat them.
Right.
So.
And the reason I mentioned him at the end, Josh, is exactly that reason.
Yeah.
I agree. And not only that, what's Dart good at right now? What do we know he's good at? Running.
Yeah.
And Skidaboo run. Correct?
Right. Yeah.
So defenses are going to be runs.
Yeah.
They're going to defend the runs. I think that definitely is a trap.
Yeah.
So that's what I had to mention.
Okay. Wide receiver, pretty cut and dry for me. Going to be playing a lot of these same matchups, I think. I'm going to be playing Odunze, 6,300 on DraftKings, 7,200 on Fanduel. The Raiders have allowed the third most fantasy points to wide receivers this year, and Odunze has scored the third most fantasy points of any wide receiver this year. So very strong start for Odunze. Then you can play one of Keenan Allen, Ladd McConkey, or Quentin Johnston. They're all playing well, except for McConkey. For some reason, he's got to a slow start, but I think this is the week he changes that. So the Giants have allowed the second most fantasy points to wide receivers this year. So far, Keenan Allen has been the top option for Justin Herbert. But they're all three capable of breaking out in any game. And in cash, I would definitely play Keenan Allen. In tournaments, I would definitely play McConkey. And you can play Johnston too, but I just have a feeling, my gut says that this is the week that McConkey breaks out. The value play, Trey Tucker, 4,200 on DraftKings, 6,000 on FanDuel. He's going to be a cash play. He's going to be super chalky. In tournaments, you can play Jacoby Myers. I like him. Chicago has allowed the fourth most fantasy points to wide receivers this year. Tucker's got 17 targets the last 2 weeks. Last week, he had just a crazy game. 8 catches on 9 targets, 146 yards, and 3 touchdowns. 43.9 DraftKings points and 39.9 FanDuel points. So monster game for Tucker. Everybody's going to be playing him, especially on DraftKings at 4,200. That's a tight end price. So you can definitely play him in your cash games. And that's about it for wide receiver. Who do you have?
Well, he's a good receiver, Josh.
Oh, I know he is. I had him last year. I picked him up in my Dynasty League.
It's not like he's some guy that just, oh my gosh, he's a nobody. A couple of people I want to mention. Kirk led Houston in targets last week, going up against 28th ranked Tennessee. Like I said, that's going to be a closer game. I think Kirk could possibly get a very high volume again.
Okay.
Keep an eye. So that's one guy I want to mention, Nico Collins.
Well, yeah, Nico Collins is questionable too, right?
So if he's out, Kirk's really going to be busy.
Yeah.
But I kind of hope that Nico's in and they'll focus more on Nico, which will allow Kirk to open a little more.
I like that too.
So Puka's another one. He's been going up against one top corner after another this year. This week he doesn't have that.
Yeah.
And I think he'll be big. Pearsall nailed it. Myers, Tucker, a dart throw maybe on Parker Washington. He led Carolina targets. So.
Yeah, Carolina really surprised everybody last week with 30-0 against Atlanta.
I was gonna change Atlanta to my survivor pick, and I hate doing interdivisional. I don't like doing interdivisional.
Yeah, I don't either.
In division, I mean not in division. I don't like that.
Yeah.
The rivalries just never know.
I'll move on to tight ends. I think Dalton Kincaid is the clear top option, along with Hunter Henry. Those guys are both in really good matchups. Where is that at? What was I going to say? Crap. Yeah, there's very good matchups, and Hunter Henry's been getting a lot of targets. I know that. So
yes,
yeah,
yep.
yeah, and Dalton Kincaid well too. He seems to be the top option for Josh Allen, honestly. So
they're on the same page.
Yeah, definitely on the same page. Defense, same thing. The Bills, they're a good defensive play. Sorry, I cut you off on tight end. Who did you like for tight end this week?
No, I mean you can pay up for Bowers if you want to. I don't mind Warren. I just go to one you mentioned. Pannon for Cleveland will get a lot of catches again.
Yeah,
a lot of targets.
Yeah.
Maybe not get a touchdown.
Right.
And then Janu Smith also might do well.
Smith, okay. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Defense. So yeah, the Bills, as I mentioned, the Chargers against the Giants. I like their defense a lot. The Lions against the Browns defense, and then my sleeper defense is going to be the Rams. I like that call in the under in that game, and I like the Rams defense at home against the Colts, against Daniel Jones. I think there's going to be a pick 6 in that game. So.
Ooh, not in Minnesota. Remember, I said that the other game, the Minnesota game, I had the wrong team getting the pick 6s.
Yeah, you had the Bengals, right?
I had the Bengals.
Yeah,
yeah. Oh, like what is?
Yeah.
Oh, did I mention Christian Kirk? Oh, Washington. I don't remember.
Yeah, you mentioned Christian Kirk. Yeah, you mentioned Christian Kirk.
There's one other. Would I remember the other receiver? I'll get back to that, everybody. But anyways. Yeah, you save defenses you mentioned. I think Detroit will do okay.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they'll do okay against the Browns.
Yeah, I think they'll be okay, right? Yeah.
I'm gonna go check on my dog real quick. 1 second.
Yeah, you go ahead and do that, and then I'm gonna go over go a little more over tight ends a little more.
Come here, bud.
Come
on, buddy.
But Juwan Johnson, he seems to be getting a lot of catches lately, a lot of targets, but with the defense he's going up against this week, that I'm a little nervous about that end of it.
Yeah.
I think also Bowers is in play, even at his price tag. So everybody go wide receiver. If you go Bowers at tight end, that is a nice pivot. Although you don't save the money at tight end, but at block or tight end, Bowers is in play.
All right. My lock of the week is the Bills over the Saints. No surprise there. You had the Packers last week against the Browns. What a crusher that was.
Dude, called that one, didn't I?
Yeah. Jeez. We had the lead. We had a 10-0 lead with 4 minutes left, and then Jordan Love throws a stupid pick. So,
to this day, I want to understand why and where that ball went.
Yeah, that just didn't make any sense, man. Their defense, the Packers' defense, wasn't allowing the Browns to do anything all day, and then they just give them a 4-yard, field. So,
I remember receivers now. Worthy, if he might be back this week, what's up with him?
Yeah, I think he will play. They said he might be a little limited, but he's still capable of hitting a big touchdown. So,
if he's not, look at Thornton. Ignore Juju Smith. And I love Thornton, man. He's fun to watch.
I do. I like Thornton a lot. He was really good Sunday night, and I like him. I picked him up in one of my leagues, or actually 2 of my leagues.
Yep.
So
thank you for the money this past weekend, Thornton.
Yeah, exactly. We did have him. Actually, I think I had him as our captain on DraftKings. So that was a nice play.
You did. Yeah.
Who did you say you wanted for your lock of the week this week?
Oh, I didn't, but let me see. A good lock. I already took my Josh. I think Detroit will hang in there against Cleveland.
Man, you're going against the Browns 2 weeks in a row, though. That's all right.
I know.
You're probably right.
They're going to be on a roll.
Yeah, the lines look good. All right, upset. So I'll take the Bucks at +3.5, and I'll take them outright to beat the Eagles. Upset. Who do you like for an upset this week?
Me? Yeah. Las Vegas.
Las
Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah, they're a 1-point favorite, but I kind of see them as the underdog too. So
they are. But then I'll go with the Bears to cover that one. No, yeah. I'll say Vegas will cover that spread.
Okay, at 1. Yeah.
Some Joe guys there in the chat.
Yeah.
You see that? Joe
Oh wow, Joe
Body. I've never heard of that man.
Yeah.
Coach.
What is up?
Ooh, what you want the free membership this week?
Yeah, free membership. That's awesome. Okay, let's see here. Bold predictions. My bold prediction is that Ladd McConkey is going to score 2 touchdowns and he's going to have at least 6 receptions.
Oh wow. I'm going to go really out on a limb and say Sutton will get over 80 yards receiving this week. You might not think Sutton for them will get over 80 yards receiving this week.
Yeah, I can see that.
Finish in the top 10.
Bengals defense is atrocious.
Right. And he'll be finishing in the top 10 in fantasy scoring, which, if you think about it, it's a little bit out on a limb because Denver should be able to run the ball all day long.
Yeah.
But they like to do that, play D, run the ball. So Sutton, sneaky.
Okay, so over 80 receiving yards and top 10 in fantasy points. I got
and throw a touchdown in there too. You got to make it bold.
All right, we will do that.
Coach definitely, Coach will definitely do a preview show. Coach, you want to?
Oh yeah, NBA preview show. Yeah, we're all in on that.
All in.
Okay, so Prizepicks, Jalen Hurts is the free square this year. This week, I should say. More than
year.
Yeah, all year. That'd be nice. More than 0.5 passing yards. I like Ladd McConkey, as I just said, more than 0.5 touchdowns. That's actually a demon play, so I like the value there as a demon play. It means it just pays more than a regular play. And then more than if you don't want to play that one, you can do the more than 5.5 receptions. I like that as well. And then I'm going to go with Amarian Hampton, more than 66.5 rushing yards. I think he'll go well over that number. I think he'll probably go over 100 yards, honestly. But I'm going to go with the Prizepicks at 66.5. I'm sure I could probably get a nice payout at probably 99.5, I'm guessing. Yeah, 99.5. It's the highest it'll let you go. But I'm going to go with 66.5 to be a little safer. So we'll go to our 2 brains are better than 1 Fanduel GPP lineup. And did you or did I take quarterback last week?
Let me think. You did.
I did. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So you don't need to there.
So you can take the quarterback.
We're both on Geno this week. So do you want to do May for New England?
I don't really like May. I don't know why. I just don't like him. Well, I know why, because Carolina has been really good. I believe, hold on. Number 1 against quarterbacks in fantasy points.
They are. And look at the guy right above them. Smith. Let's try him.
Geno Smith?
Yeah. But
okay. I'm with that.
I know you are, and that's why I was kind of joking about the Drake May. But Drake May does it with his legs. I thought last year when he ran for touchdowns against Miami. Anyways,
Okay, Geno Smith. I'll take the guy I was just talking about, Hampton.
Let me hop on over and put him in.
Pretty solid price if he performs top running back for sure.
I got to get off of this DraftKings site to do this now. Sorry, Coach. Guess what site I was working on for fantasy football today?
Yeah.
Marion Hampton. So I just pulling up projections here. I'm sure mine are not updated yet. Anyways, I'm not going to bother with that for everybody, but let's just do Cook. The only thing I'm worried about with Cook is if Allen gets in there, and because it is a blowout, keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But
that is my one concern. That is my one concern with.
And Josh Allen could also get him. Yeah.
Yeah, and they could start handing off to Ray Davis and Ty Johnson and doing all that crap.
So you did Hampton. I'm gonna do Gene Tree actually instead of Cook for now. So Ashton.
Ashton actually. Yeah.
Gentry. There. Thank you, Josh. I cannot pronounce that man's name.
It is a different name. All right, so then we'll go. This is a GPP. Let's go with Myers instead of Tucker. I just think that Tucker's going to get so much ownership.
You know what? You do that, we'll put Pollard in a running back.
Okay, instead of Genty.
All right. Yes.
Okay.
So that's one goes Swifty.
Swift is questionable.
I know he does.
He's questionable.
Yeah. But Judkins looked good too. He's going to.
Judkins looked really good, and Green Bay's run defense has been really good. So, but so is Detroit. So that's my only thing there. If it wasn't for that, I would say we could probably use Judkins too.
And you said Myers, not Tucker, right?
Yeah, Myers, Jacoby Myers, Pollard. Okay.
Worthy is now off the questionable list.
Okay. You want to go with Worthy? I'm good with that.
Oh boy, let me read up more on this before we do that decision.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and put McConkey in there because I can't be talking about him like this and then not play him. So I got to play McConkey.
He was a full participant. One scammers. Okay, so you constantly let's see Worthy in there too.
He's 7,700. He's more than Allen and Johnston, even though they've both been performing better than him. I think Fanduel is something too with that price.
But Worthy's at 6,700.
Yeah, he's considerably cheaper, and we still could play him at the flex too. So we got 2 position spots available if we wanted to go to Worthy.
Yeah, let's not do him right now.
Yeah, let's not do that right now. So you want to go tight end? You want to take the tight end?
Yeah, hang on. Price point here. Spending down Josh, and now you're surprised.
Nope.
Good. Gonna play and this is Fanduel, not gonna be Fanning. Defensive tight end. No. Use to Kincaid.
Kincaid, okay.
And we got to get a Bears receiver, I think. Is our receiver.
We can take a Dunze. That's fine. He's more of a cat player, but yeah, I don't know about more. He's been off to a little bit of a slow start. He did get a touchdown last week, but Dunze has definitely been the top option. And we've already got Jacoby Myers and McConkey, so I think that's going to give us enough separation from a GPP play standpoint. Yeah, I just went with a Dunze. So that leaves us with 6,500 per player for a defense and a flex, which probably about 8,500 or so for a flex.
Yeah, I'll let you do defense. I'm
okay. I'm going to take the Chargers.
Plus, we don't care. Go find people.
Yeah. It usually ends up being, unless you have like the Vikings last week, it usually ends up being pretty much a wash. You have 8, 9, 10 points, something like that for a decent defense, and you're good. You're fine. So that leaves us with 1,000.
Do you want to do the Rams 100 lower?
You want to do the Rams?
I think because we're going against Daniel Jones, right?
Yeah. But Daniel Jones hasn't been the Daniel Jones that we're used to. That's for sure. Yeah, well, I'm fine with that. So that's going to leave us with 9,100.
And just with a thought I was throwing at you. Either way, we'll have enough money.
9,100. What do you think?
Well, definitely doing Cook. So it leaves us a lot more money.
Yeah, let me look at something here. What do you think about Houston for defense? 4,400.
We do that, I'll get rid of Pollard, which is not a problem.
Oh yeah, you do have Pollard.
I have no problem getting rid of Pollard. None.
Okay. All right, so we'll do Houston defense, and then let's see, running back. What does that leave us with? 6,300.
We could do Chubb or Pacheco.
Let's not do that. Let's move Cook to the running back, and then let's see where that leaves us with for flex, because I don't like Pacheco enough to play him in that spot.
I like it. Cook out there is smart. I like it already.
Tucker. We can play Tucker.
Tucker and Myers.
I mean, it's the GPP, but I can definitely see why you have hesitancy for that.
Could you? No, hang on, no.
What about Thornton? I know he's a lot cheaper, but
if you did the Chargers, we'd allow us to do Bowers.
Brock Bowers, how much is he?
67.
Yeah, we don't have enough. You got Geno Smith, Hampton, Cook, Myers, McConkey, Odunze, Kincaid, and the Texans defense.
If we have the Chargers defense at 4,000, I'm showing 6,700.
Oh, if we did the Chargers defense, I'm good with that. 67. We could do Xavier Worthy or we could do Brock Bowers. I think I'm fine with either one.
Let's do Worthy.
Yeah, I think that's a good GPP. Okay. All right. So we got Geno Smith, Amarian Hampton, James Cook, Jacoby Myers, Ladd McConkey, Rome Odunze, Dalton Kincaid, Xavier Worthy, and the Chargers defense. I like it.
Me too. All right. Good luck this week. Any questions, please put that down below. We kind of did this a little early this week, just because of our schedules.
Yeah, and because we want to make sure you guys have a chance to listen to this before the slate's already over. You know, it doesn't do a lot of good to listen to it after the fact. So,
yeah, and we may do changes to our lineups and put that down below in our comments.
Yeah, we will.
Well, yeah, Coach, good to see you're out and about on YouTube. And real quick, Josh, any thoughts on the game tonight?
Yeah, so I like Seattle. I like their defense a lot tonight. They looked really good last week, and I just think they're playing well. I really like their coach. I think he's a really good coach, McDonald. And yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a back and forth game, but yeah, I like Seattle to pull away at the end. So my dog's barking like crazy again.
Your dog is excited about the game tonight.
He is excited. So thank you guys for joining us today. I hope everybody has a great rest of the week and the weekend. Enjoy week 4. And we will be back again next week as we look to crush it in NFL, DFS, and Prizepicks. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks for your time.